And now the Lok Sabha Speaker, Birla, has begun chairing a meeting with leaders of all political parties ahead of the Monsoon Session of Parliament that is set to begin on the 18th of July. Mr. Birla briefed them on the preparations related to the session, and I think the government intends to list 24 bills for Parliament's Monsoon Session of Parliament. My colleague Himanshu is joining us. Himanshu, already we've seen a rocky start to this with that recently issued list of unparliamentary words. What's on the agenda for this session, and is it, as usual, expected to be a stormy one?
This is the effort by Lok Sabha Speaker ahead of the important Monsoon Session of Parliament to actually create a common ground. Lok Sabha Speaker wants to know what are the issues that opposition parties want to raise. They want a debate in Parliament. And at the same time, because government senior ministers are also part of this meeting, Parliamentary Affairs Minister is attending this meeting. So that will give them a feedback also in terms of how they can respond to the questions that the opposition parties want to raise. We do know that opposition parties have already made public that they have a list of issues and demands that they want to debate in Parliament. There's a controversy over Agnipath scheme. There is the issue of high inflation, the growing unemployment. As you know, June has registered a very high unemployment rate in last 1 year. There are issues, of course, as you mentioned, that the controversy over the use of unparliamentary words, whether dharna and protest can happen or not happen. So there are a series of issues that the opposition parties want to raise in Parliament. They want the government to respond. On the government side, of course, government has made it clear that it is ready to debate all issues that opposition parties want. But for any kind of constructive debate, the House must be in order. And so the Lok Sabha Speaker has made it clear twice, I think, in last 3 days, that he wants the opposition parties to maintain decorum. The order must be there in the House so that constructive business actually can be conducted. So, of course, we will have to wait and see how far the appeal made by the Lok Sabha Speaker will actually help the conduct of the business of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha during the monsoon session. But clearly a very, very stormy, of course, start. This issue about Gujarat rice that has come up. And as I mentioned earlier, all the issues on which opposition has been repeatedly raising and asking questions will all be debated in the monsoon session. So this is a meeting where the government will also appeal to the opposition parties to actually help it pass through its business. Because remember, they have a long list. I was just going through the list. 29 bills are listed in the government business that government wants to pass through in this very short session, which starts on 18th and ends on 12th August. And there is Forest Conservation Act, there is Press Registration Bill, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Bill. The series of important legislations, economic legislations are listed up. So this is an attempt to actually create a common ground so that more constructive business can be conducted in the monsoon session. Sarah.
Himanshu, thanks for that.